Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yusuf and today in this very special episode and this very special day, I would like to teach you about NAT or Natural Address Translation. So before you go into the lab, let me explain it first. So NAT or Natural Address Translation is a way to manage private IP and public IP, where the main function of NAT is to convert private IP on LAN into public IP so that LAN can access the internet. NAT works on router and firewall devices where the device must have a public IP and a private IP. Later, if the private IP wants to go to the internet, the router will change the private IP to the public IP he has. So on this core router, there are two NATs. There are two types of NATs. The first one is static NAT. Static NAT is the NAT that is configured manually by how we determine which private IP we want to change to the public IP that the router has. But the disadvantage of static NAT is the way we can only use one public IP for one private IP. The second one is dynamic NAT. The dynamic NAT is a NAT whose translation process is carried out automatically by the router. We only need to make a list of public IPs that router has to be used by its private IP. And in dynamic NAT, we can use one public for many private IPs with the overload technique. And there is a few terms more in NAT. There is the NAT interface. There's two types of NAT interface. The first one is the inside interface that leads to the local network, which contains the private IP address before being translated. The second one is the outside interface that leads to the public. Out here, the private IP address will be translated into public IP. And now let's talk. Enough with the talking. Let's go to the lab first. Yeah, this one is the lab. Wait, I'm gonna shut it down. I forgot the. Okay, it's one, two. Okay, so as you can see, in the topology we're gonna use two router, one server, one switch, and three client on our three PC. We're gonna use a PC right now. So there is the two router with different function. The first one is the public router. So the public router is the router that direct to the server, and the local router is the router that direct to the client. So and all configuration with we're gonna do in local routers. Okay, so first one is may is enter the interface first. Okay, and I'm sorry if it's noisy right now because there's a um something, yeah, there's something you don't have to know it. Okay, now so I'm gonna do it fast. Wait, I'm gonna do it slow. Shut down. Okay, so yes, you already want. No, now, uh, now, address. Done. Okay. Okay. In this here, this one, we already advertised the IP all all with the HTTP, the server out too. As you can see, I already show it to it network, so you don't have to be confused anymore. So now let's configure the NAT. Okay, and so in this video, I'll make a static NAT. or the like I said before, the NAT that translates the IP one by one, not like the dynamic one, because we because it's more simple actually. It's more simple the static NAT rather than the what's dynamic NAT. Let's just start. Okay, enable. Wait, sorry, and exit that. But okay, so this is the command. It's IP NAT inside source static. Okay, so it's IP NAT inside source static. You Yeah, this is the command if you want to translate some IP. And now we add the IP because this is static, so we're just gonna use one IP. Okay, this is the client IP. The one of the router IPs. This router one. This one. Okay, and now let's enter the public IP. So this is its public IP. So as you can see, IP net inside source static 192.168.10.2. So that is the still the private IP that we want to translate it, and 12.12.12.3 is the IP public, that the private one gonna translate it into it. Enter, and after that we're gonna do some default routes. Yeah, the default route. I direct to server. Sorry, time. So um, why this route is all zero except for the destination IP? Well, because in networking, zero actually is a big number. It's like if you put zero like this, if you put all the zero, this mean include all the networks inside. So if like this, 12, 12, 12.1, if it was, and there's a few more 12, like 12.2, 12.3, but if we just input the all zero routing, it is default route, all the networks of 12, it's all included. Yeah, that's the basic things about IP route or the default route. And now enter, and now let's enter to the interface point 0, and there IP not inside. Okay, I and then interface FA sorry, I mean I need I IP not outside. So as you can guess, you can look in here, the interface with the net 0/1 is an IP not inside, but the interface FASNet 0/0 is outside. As you can see here, so the interface that direct to the client, it's called inside, but to the interface that direct to the public one, this one, it's called outside. Yeah, that's like it's like that. Okay, and then enter. Let's try it. This one, command prompt, and then we're gonna ping the server. This client is the one that already translated to. Okay, as you can see that it's reply. Let's make this work. This is working. Okay, I'm gonna explain it so you can. So as you can see, it's successful, but it's not really what efficient if you work in a big company, because a a static NAT is can only translate and IP one by one, but you cannot translate it all at once. If you want to do it, uh, you're gonna do with a dynamic NAT. And for the videos of dynamic NAT, I think I'll make it but later. So this one is only for static NAT, and then you can see too that yeah, it's working. And so for the conclusion, or you can conclude this video that um, accessing an internet is not really that easy. So it's kind of hard if you want to know the inside of it, the system. So you cannot just play around with the internet. It's kind of dangerous too. And by the way, because this video is almost end, I'm just gonna say thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And by the way, it's only 10 minutes. Okay, it's okay.